My name is Sam Lack, and I'm the director of video here at the Los Angeles Rams. Here at the Rams on game day, we use a variety of cinema EOS gear, not limited to the Canon C80, the Canon C400 on the full frame side, but we also use Super 35 sensored cameras in the Canon C70 and the C300. Beyond just camera bodies, we use a whole variety of lenses. It's one of the things that we really enjoy about the Canon Cinema EOS system, is the variety of glass that's available at the photo level, but also at the CINE-SERVO level. So on the photo level, we like to utilize the 15-35, 2.8, 24-105 2.8, the 70-200 2.8. And even beyond that too, though, on the Cine side, we've been using the 17-120 CINE-SERVO, and kind of the bread and butter, most versatile lens that we have on our set is also the 25-250 CINE-SERVO. And not just on that side though too, we also go into the E&G world every once in a while, and we have the Canon 45X. So here at the Rams, we have a lot of different pieces of content that we produce. And the studio environment that we're sitting in right here at the Rams practice facility, it is busy. And so on a typical week, on Mondays coming off of a game day, we record multiple shows in the studio environment, and they are incredibly fun to produce. One of them being the Coach McVay show, which is with our head coach at the LA Rams. And that one is usually a show that talks through the recap of the previous game and a look ahead at the opponent to come, with JB Long, our play-by-play talent, and our head coach, Sean McVay. And in that show environment, we're traditionally using 3 cameras, one on a slider as our A cam, and then our B and C cam crossing with each other to get singles on each of the talent. One of the things that we enjoy about filming these shows and makes our job so easy is being able to have the cameras communicate with one another through the Canon Multi-Camera Control App. We use it on a tablet, and it allows us to monitor and also change a lot of the camera functions all just through the tablet itself. In these confined spaces, making sure that audio stays pristine at all times. We don't have to have too many people moving around the studio environment, so monitoring it through the tablet is super impactful. After we're done filming the Coach McVay show, we go to our player podcast with our host JB Long called Rams Revealed. It's an opportunity to learn more about any of our players off of the field, as we call it, helmet off content, where we get to learn more about who are these human beings, not just who are these athletes. We learn a lot about their upbringing, a lot about their interests off the field. And that one also gives us a lot of flexibility, not just for the podcast real time, but also that we end up using in feature content down the road. So these shows in particular, along with several others, we end up posting on therams.com, on our YouTube channel, and then we also clip shorter pieces or vignettes for our social channels to promote the shows. One of the things that we really enjoy about utilizing Canon gear is the kit versatility. So whether it's small bodied, medium bodied, everything starts with, okay, well, what is the camera body we want to utilize, and what kind of sensor is going to allow us to have the most versatility in that shooting environment? From there, we go into, well, then what kind of lens are we going to use? So once we establish what we want to be able to do with our Canon body sensors, meaning full frame or Super 35, that's where we begin the conversation of what kind of lens are we going to put on the camera, right? So sometimes that means we want to go with some of the RF full frame zoom lenses, like the 24-105 at 2.8 or the 70-200 at 2.8. But then also sometimes, like say on our C300, which can be both an EF mount or PL mount, we utilize our CINE-SERVO lenses, which are built for Super 35 sensors. So that would be the 17-120 or the 25-250. And having that versatility is super helpful for us, because in a sports environment in particular, it's all unscripted. Rarely do we have the opportunity to say, hey, I want you to do this here and do it at this point, and this is what the blocking is going to look like. We live in a very run and gun environment, whether it's at the practice facility shooting practice itself, or we're out at the field on game day. We have oftentimes had to let things come to us rather than we go to that. And so to have that flexibility with the kit is super impactful for us. So looking back even several years ago to when Canon released the C70 and we were packaging that with the C300, at that time they were using the same sensor in both cameras just by different mounts on the systems, meaning RF on the C70 or EF or PL on the C300. Having that same sensor but in different size bodies is actually really beneficial for the variety of looks that we want to go for. Similarly with the C80 and the C400 both being with the same built-in full frame sensor, has been incredibly beneficial for us to say, okay, here are some environments that are needing to be really compact and we want to be super low key incognito. Hey, C80 is your best friend. Let's use it with a 15-35 RF zoom lens on it. Other times we might say, okay, well, let's go into an environment where we want a little bit more flexibility with building out our kit. Perhaps we need to add on external battery kits or have a more built out audio plan with our C400, let's say. Or we want to be able to throw it on a gimbal with prime lenses. To have that flexibility, knowing that we're going to get the same image quality, but stacked on a couple different form factors in terms of the body itself, allows us to make sure that we're capturing the same quality of work that we have as our standard, but not being compromised in terms of the equipment that's available to us. And what I really appreciate about Canon's approach to then bringing in the RF mount system is that they haven't shied away from how they used to do things in that regard. So now on the C80 and the C400, to be able to have the PL to RF mount adapter that also allows native pass-through was a complete game changer for us, because we can continue to operate in ways that really still worked well for us, but not compromise it because, hey, here's something new that came out and you've been outdated. So to be able to do EF mount, RF mount, PL mount on a whole host of Canon cinema bodies has been something that has allowed us to be really successful in choosing out the right kit based off of the job that needs to be done. So on game day, we have a variety of shooters that are filming both on the field, around the stadium, capturing a lot of different pieces for a variety of pieces of content, right? So we use it for our documentary content that can be short form and long form features related to the season, some of our players and our coaching staff. And additionally, we utilize that content on our infinity screen at SoFi Stadium. So the hype videos that you see to get the crowd going on game day. And then beyond that too, in our ticketing campaigns, marketing campaigns, brand spots, it's a whole host of content that airs throughout the entire season and also goes on a variety of platforms. So that could mean social platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, but also on YouTube. And then we also have some TV shows on our local affiliates that we air our content on as well. When you're in a market like Los Angeles, you have to be serious about what you're doing. And so we're really fortunate at the Rams to have a group of people, about a dozen really talented creators who work together to put all of this amazing work together. So that is a group of producers, editors, cinematographers, asset management, and everyone's focused on a variety of pieces of content, whether it is documentary, whether it is social first content, whether it is for brand campaign spots. And it requires a lot of collaboration, but we like to be a lot like the gear is, and having versatility, people who can step in and help out with shooting on little notice or hopping into an edit with little notice or needing to collaborate on edits too is something that's really beneficial about the way that we work. At the Rams, we take innovation very seriously. And when you're in a place like Los Angeles that is always looking for something new, something exciting, we want to be a part of creating positive change. And that can show up in a lot of different ways. When it comes to technology in particular, we want to be early adopters and learning and understanding what type of gear is out there that can help us get our job done in the best way possible. And that's been what's so fun about getting to work with Canon in this partnership and being hands-on with their gear, because it's very clear that they take innovation very seriously too. The video industry at large, the film industry at large, continues to change like that. And to have a company that takes innovation so seriously, while also finding a way to give the creators flexibility to meet the needs on set, has been incredibly enjoyable for us as the creators on this end of the equation to say, hey, what's the problem that we need to tackle today? And sometimes you get hit with a head scratcher every once in a while, but thanks to Canon, fortunately, the head scratching is not as hard as it used to be. We have flexibility, like I was mentioning earlier, with the lens mount systems, with the sensor sizes, with a lot of varieties and ways to utilize different forms of technology to get the job done. Whether it's in the studio, shooting practice, or even capturing the amazing success of the Rams out on the field on game day, it's been really fun to be hands-on with Canon equipment, and we're really grateful for this partnership.